Colorado beats Texas Tech 41-27. Iowa State loses to Kansas. BYU wins the Holy War at Utah. BYU plus 150, Colorado plus 160. Break it down for us here. And then we've got a couple elimination games this week. Loser leaves town matches in the Big 12.
Yeah, looking at the Big 12 standings right now, if there were a season to end today, it would be BYU and Colorado in Jerry World for the Big 12 title and ultimately a chance to go to the CFP. So Colorado and BYU, they control their own destiny, but like it's not as simple as that. Like if they lose a game, all of a sudden some of these two-loss teams get back into the picture. So that's why you see the prices right now. BYU, they're plus 150. Interesting game this Saturday hosting Kansas. Right now, the betting market has the Cougars as a 3.5-point favorite. So no gimme, no cakewalk there. BYU coming off, obviously, an emotional victory against Utah and Salt Lake City. For Colorado, a little bit easier of a path, maybe a letdown spot for the Utah Utes as a little tease to Thursday off of the loss to BYU. Now Colorado's laying 10 in that game. They're plus 160 now to win the Big 12. So from a BYU-Colorado standpoint, they control their own destiny. But if they were to trip up, if they were to lose, here's where teams like Iowa State, who despite the last couple of weeks, it's been bad for Iowa State, and especially this past Saturday when they lost to Kansas, they're still in it. They're 4-2. They host Cincinnati. That's an elimination game for like Iowa State and Cincinnati, who's still kind of hovering around as well. Kansas State plays Arizona State. Both of those teams are 4-2. That's an elimination game. Right now, K-State, 8.5-point favorites over in the Little Apple in Manhattan at home for that one. They're
Is that
Big
what
12
they call
odds
it?
Plus. Oh yeah,
They do call
the Little
it that,
Apple.
right? They actually do.
They do. Yeah, because I mean,
This is me, like
Apple,
this is me, like I'm a New York elitist saying that, and I understand that, and I admit it.
He said, "What?
I do."
Someone else uses Manhattan? Yeah, they call it the Little Apple. K-State plus 750 to win the conference.
Also,
Arizona State 12-1.
Manhattan, Kansas is a lot safer than Manhattan, New York. You may continue.
Probably, I mean, it's college campus. Things get crazy there too. Maybe it gets unreported.
Manhattan, Kansas, criminals I think actually get like detained by police as opposed to New York. Please continue.
But that's where things stack up right now. West Virginia is still kind of like lingering a little bit as an outside chance, but this week they're hosting Baylor. They're actually an underdog in that game. Baylor's a 1.5-point favorite. So as of right now, I don't think there's anything really to bet with this game, but like it just goes to show you like what's high stakes in terms of Arizona State, Kansas State, and what the Big 12 has the rest of the way here. But BYU and Colorado at least control their own destiny. So if you're coming into the market, those are the two teams that you're looking at that could potentially make the playoff. But last week when we had this conversation about, hey, Colorado's mispriced, bet them right now because the way the schedule is broken, that was the time to strike on the Buffs. And now hopefully we're just sitting and writing out these good tickets. And if you want to go ahead and take a little bit of BYU, if you believe in the Cougars, you can go that route as well. But BYU, Colorado, they control their own destiny. If they slip up, Iowa State, K-State, Arizona State are the kind of the beneficiaries of that going forward. And maybe they can kind of pick up some of those pieces.
It sounds like, Femi, you like Colorado this week on the road at Utah laying the price.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're at home. Big noon kickoff in Boulder.
Excuse me.
Yeah, home game. Yeah, so they get to they welcome Utah, which kind of a rivalry back to their Pac-12 days, but not really. It was like a manufactured regional rivalry.
Colorado's not a Pac-12 team.
Well, I mean they played in the conference, but yeah,
I understand they played in the conference. Yeah. But like when we were growing up, it's like the Big 12,
Big 12
like
big
Colorado,
8,
Nebraska.
Whatever.
Now Nebraska's in the Big 10 and Colorado's in whatever in the Big 12. It wasn't.
How's that going for Nebraska? That's not going very well. But yeah, Colorado set up really well at home.
Dana Holgerson's calling plays this week, right, for Nebraska?
Yep. After coaching at TCU like this past weekend.
I kind of like that for Dylan Raiola. Just saying. I think they're playing USC this week, right?
Mm-hmm. Holgo.
Pretty interesting.
He's back.
So, but you like Colorado laying it against Utah?
I do. Yeah, I think Colorado wins that. It's a tough spot for Utah. You mentioned their 80 was going nuts, $45,000 fine. Not only did he say the stuff in the press conference, he was actually the guy that walked up to the ref and like wagged his finger in his face after the game, like on the field. Like the 80, like he was going nuts. And I agree with him. Like Utah got robbed in the game, but like come on, like you can't act that way when you're an athletic director. But yeah, it's I think a big time letdown spot for the Utes.
You bet here on a Magnificent Football Monday, college football countdown, spinning it forward here, talking about the Big 12. Tyler Morales has been, like, what's the Buffalo mascot? Like, Tyler's basically been the Buffalo mascot this year. Tyler, if I gave you $100 and said you can bet BYU plus 150, Colorado plus 160, or another team of your choice to win the Big 12, we know you love Colorado. Who are you betting and why?
No, I still think it would be Colorado. BYU has gone by. They should have lost last week. They have a ton of fluky wins, and they're like almost like the Miami of the Big 12, where they're kind of just skating by a bunch of these teams, and they should have dropped one or two. Colorado's defense, the improvement they've made is like outstanding. They're stopping the run. They're creating turnovers, something that we never thought they were going to do last year. The defensive line's so much better. Warren Sapp was the D-line coach, has like changed like all of that, which is so strange to say out loud. I would say Colorado, I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to win the Big 12 if they're matched up with BYU. I think they're going to make it and make the college football playoffs and play a game in Jerry World.
This is why we need like Dave, rest in peace, David Stern. We need like the spirit of David Stern here to ensure that Colorado gets into the playoff for the benefit of everyone watching and everyone betting. It's like, in all seriousness, like maybe you love BYU, you're Mormon, I don't know. You're on a mission or something. Who wants to see BYU in the playoff? Like, sorry, go on a mission. Like, forget it. Like, we all want to see Colorado in the playoff.